Hey crafters, today we are going to create an open bay window card that is just fantastic. It looks difficult, but we've taken the measurements and we've made it even easier to create. So let's head down to the crafting table. Let me show you what I mean. Here is this beautiful card. Now look at this. You set it up and it just opens up. When you mail it, it closes perfectly. You are going to love this card. Let's do this. The first thing you need is your base card, and this is going to be 10 by 5.5. Now we have to make some score lines, and so go ahead and extend your arm if you're using the Stampin' Up, and we need to score at 1 3/4. Make sure you move your cutting blade out of the way. And now we need to score at 3 3/8. And 3/8 is just 1/8 before the half mark. That's the way I like to remember it. And then we're going to scoot it on over to 6 5/8. Once again, that's 1/8, but this time it's before the 3/4 mark. So that is 6 5/8, and then scoot it over and do 8 1/4. And those are your score lines for your open bay window card. Now, while we have this, let's go ahead and take a piece of cardstock. Now, I am taking the orange, the pumpkin pie, because of the design I'm going to use. However, this is just 10 by 1.5, and we want to go ahead and place all the score lines, and then we're going to cut it in half, and that gives us our top and our bottom. So let's go ahead and we're going to repeat those same score lines. So we have 1 3/4, we have 3 3/8, 6 5/8, and 8 1/4. Now we're going to turn this on its short side, and we're just going to cut it in half. And half would be 1.5. So let's just cut this in half. And now we have our top and our bottom for our open bay window. So let's go ahead and fold our bay window. Fun fold. So the first thing we want to do is find this score line right here, and we're going to fold to the left and fold to the right. Now do the same thing over here. Find the score line, fold to the right, and fold to the left. Now when you look at this, you're going to say, wait a minute, it didn't line up. That's exactly the way it needs to be. These top panels go over the back just a little bit, so not to worry. So bring in your bone folder, let's give it a good crease. Remember, we always crease on the top and we crease on the bottom. Crease on the top and crease on the bottom. And now our card stands up perfectly just like that. But let's go ahead and crease our top panel and then our bottom panel. Once again, find this middle part, the score line on the right, fold to the left and fold to the right. Now go over here, fold to the right and fold to the left. Let's give it a good crease, top and bottom. It's going to work just like this. You see that? It mirrors the score lines on your base card. So we have this one. Now we're going to grab our bottom. We're going to find this middle part, and on the right-hand side, find the first score line and fold to the left and fold to the right. Let's go ahead and give it a good crease. Now on this side, fold to the right and fold to the left. And here we go. We have our top and our bottom. So far, very easy, right? Now, we need to go ahead and cut side panels. Now, on the cards I'm going to show you at the end of this video, so stay with us, we will have double matted it. But for this card, we're just going to single mat. Now, I am using Painterly Pears because I absolutely am obsessed with this paper. I cut some strips. Now, look at that. Look at those strips. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. We're just going to add these strips right here, just like that. But before we can add that, we need to add our top and our bottom because our side panel goes over it, just like that, right? So we're going to decorate our side panels first. Now, I want to remind you, all the measurements are going to be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com under my blog, and you will simply search for open bay window card. But we need to cut 2 strips for the middle and 4 strips for the side panels. And these measurements are 3 by 1 1/4. And the smaller squares are 1 3/8 by 1 1/4. Okay? So let's go ahead and lay those down. Now I'm just going to grab some glue, some wet glue, and I'm just going to put it right here on the middle. We're going to do them at the same time. And once again, we are just using a single mat. But you can certainly double mat, and we will have the measurements for double matting. So there we have that. And now we're just going to add our squares right here, because remember, these side tabs are underneath a panel. So let's go ahead and just get a little bit of glue right here on both squares. Making sure that we line it up top to bottom, side to side on our margins. Just like that. Oh, this card is so fantastic for a theme card. You can actually put a votive or a candle inside the middle part, and I'm going to show you a picture of that at the end. You are going to flip over that. You are going to love it. All we need to do is bring in our card, and before we put our strips on, let's go ahead and lay down what we're going to put right here. Now, I picked a coordinating color. I actually picked 2, but I think, I don't know, I kind of like this green one better. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down right in the center. And the size of this is 5 1/4 by 3. So let's go ahead and just get some glue on the back and get this laid down. Oh, this is so pretty. So we're once again looking at those margins, top to bottom, side to side. Now, if you want to, you could put a panel right here, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think you need to do that, and we want to keep it simple yet elegant. This is just one of those cards that just pop. So the next thing we want to do is lay down our top and our bottom, right? So all you need to do is get this lined up at the top, and we're going to fold this tab back. Now, I want this to grab, so I'm going to use a tape runner. I'm going to bring in my tape runner, and I'm just going to add some tape. Now I'm going to make sure this is lined up just perfectly, and I'm going to just flip it over, just like that. Now this is flat. We're going to bring back this flap, add some tape, and just fold it over. Just like that. Now, when you go to open it, look at that. Oh, too easy, right? Okay, let's do the bottom. We're going to line it up at the bottom, and we're going to line up these score lines. Make sure the corner matches perfectly. I'm going to fold this back, add some tape to it. Make sure it's lined up and just fold it over. Same thing on this one. Fold the tab back, add your tape, and just fold over. And now we have our card. When you go to close it, it closes perfectly, fits in the envelope, and yet when they get it, it stands up. It's just gorgeous. Now we're gonna lay this flat, and I'm gonna bring in our panels. Now this time I do want it to wiggle just a little bit in case I need to do that. In case I need to wiggle. So here we have it, just like this. And I think those are upside down, so we're gonna put our mat just like this, lining up our margins. Now we're gonna do the other side. And look at that. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Now, the next thing we want to do is take our acetate. We need a piece of acetate right here so that we can float our image. Now on this one, I don't really want it to move around, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my tape runner, and I'm gonna put tape right at the top and right at the bottom. Just 2 strips. And we're just going to slide this in and line it up in the center and just press it down. And there we have it. Now we have our acetate. You can see it, right? Now what I did is I like the pattern paper to do the work for me. So look what I cut out. I cut out this beautiful pear from the pattern paper. Oh, so pretty. I'm gonna add this right there. Now you can add it with tape because you're not gonna see the back of this, right? So I'm going to just take a piece of tape from the runner, and I'm just going to center it just like this. And now I have cut out a little sentiment, thinking of you. And I'm just gonna add it right there. So let's bring in our silicone mat. Let's add some tape on the back and just add our sentiment right down here. And look at that. So pretty, right? Now, when you flip this over, you can write on orange paper or pumpkin pie, right? But just in case you want to, you can add a panel, and I cut out an extra little pear so I could put that right on my panel just to jazz it up just a little bit. So let's go ahead and put a piece of tape. Add this. You can actually add it right here. And now we're just going to lay it down. And I'm going to use wet glue in case I have to wiggle. Lining it up. And we have our first card made. Here's the back. It goes in like this, folds perfectly. Here's the front. Just absolutely love this design. Now remember, stay with us to the end because I'm going to go over those other 2 designs I talked about, but I'm also going to show you a picture of how it looks with the lights off and a votive in there. It's amazing. Let's go ahead. Are you ready to create a second card? Now, on this second card, we are using With You in Mind, and then a new stamp set called Delicate Framing to pick up another sentiment. First thing you want to do is grab your cardstock. It is 10 by 5.5, and we need to make some score lines. So let's extend that arm. Let's score at 1 3/4. We went ahead and we cut our strips, and then you use the exact same score lines to score here. But let's go ahead and fold our base card. We know that we're going to start over here. Find that score line, fold to the left and fold to the right. Find the score line over on the left-hand side, fold to the right and fold to the left. Now let's give those a good crease. And we have our card already done. Let's go ahead and fold our strips for the top and the bottom of our open bay window. So find the middle part right here, fold to the left and right, and on the left-hand side, fold to the right and left. Give it a good crease. And now let's take our bottom part. Find your middle part right here. That first score line, fold to the left and right on the right-hand side. Then go to the left-hand side and fold to the left and then the right. Give it a good crease. And there we have it. We can move those up just a little bit. We are using some beautiful paper. It is called Brushed with Beauty, and it will be available in November of 2025. And we are double matting it. So let's go ahead. Now, you can use a tape runner to double mat, not to worry. You can absolutely do that. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it down just like this with some glue so that I can get it wiggled exactly where I want it. And we are going to add the center part. Now, let's go ahead and get this laid down. We are double matting, and we picked up a different color for this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It matches the leaves and the little flower buds in this particular pattern paper. So we're going to go ahead, get it centered. And now we are going to put our strips on our panels, on our top and our bottom of our open bay window. We are bringing in our middle part. We have double matted those. Okay, let's bring in our card and lay down our top and bottom. We're going to line it up just like this. We're going to take this flap back and we're going to use a tape runner. We're going to make sure it's lined up. We're going to fold this back, add tape. Perfectly stands up, and now we just need to add our panels on the side. And now we need to add our acetate. So we're going to just put some tape right here on the top and the bottom. Slip it in, get it lined up, press down. And now we have our acetate. You can see it. Now we cut out some of the flowers. We added the happy birthday, and we're going to add that just right in the center. Now let's flip it over, and we used our pattern paper again, and we're just going to add this right here to the side just to give it a little bit more dimension and make it pop just a little bit. We're going to stamp a message right up here, and look at that back. That flower just adds to it. So here we have this one, and we have this one. Take a moment, leave a comment. Which of these 2 cards that we made today is your favorite. Let us know. But now remember, I said that I had some additional cards to show you. Let me show you those. I showed this one earlier. Oh, look how pretty that is. The colors are just beautiful. This pattern paper comes from our new pattern paper that we're bringing out. And then finally, we had to have a fall one, right? Look at that. Now, make sure that you look at the card I'm going to show you in just a moment. It's this card sitting up, and it has some votive candles on the inside. Absolutely gorgeous. Let us know which is your favorite. Well, thank you so much for spending your time with us. We hope you love this open bay window as much as we do. There's so many things you can do with it. It lends itself to a very thematic approach. Christmas, fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, birthday celebrations. Oh my goodness, so many possibilities. We hope we earned your like, subscribe, and sharing with your friends to help us grow. Maudie and I want you to go out and make it a fantastic day. And until next time, we wish you lots of creative moments. Bye-bye.